Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're going to arrange the papers in the antique journal, and you'll get to see all the ones I've picked out and the preparations on some of them that I've done. And I have some items here that I'm thinking about putting together to try to make little collages on certain pages or pockets in some cases. I don't know what I need until I actually get this thing together. So thank you for joining me today and getting to see what I'm getting up to. I'm trying to get to the point where I get this guy together. Now let's look at the sneaky peek. Okay, here we go. Now, we have seen this page, and here is the next one. Now, this picture here, my Aunt Lucy had this photo in her box. She had a shoebox kind of a thing, also with photos in it, and I'm not sure exactly how she got a hold of this one. Trying to put my marker in the next page. But this is picture taken D. Look at him. Isn't he handsome? Now, he was back here. Where was he back? Okay, he's right here. This is him when they got married, and that was in 1901. And this is him after having several children. Oh, he's a good-looking man. And this is my grandmother's oldest sister, Ida Bell, which I don't know what happened to this photo. He was the only one that was basically, it was almost like it was overdeveloped or something, because they're all wearing the white, and that's where it seems to be really bad. Now there's a little boy on her lap, and you remember me telling you about the story about the first son. They would take a photo, a professional photo. So I think that's what this is. So, like I said, this is Ida Bell Salmons and her husband Moses D., or Picture Taken D. Markham. I believe this photo was taken about the spring of 1912. The firstborn son is Roy White Markham. And then the two girls are Myrtle and May. I think this is Myrtle and that's May. His first baby, who was a Mary Ellen, died of whooping cough when she was barely a year old. I do have a photo of her, which I just recently got from my cousin Maria. But Mary is buried up at the Joel Crump Cemetery on Cotton Hill. And Dee was an excellent photographer and knew his trade well. And something strange happened to his own family portrait, only he is clearly visible. So I'm not really sure what happened. They lived on Stone Cold for a while, but they later moved over a creek to Marbone, where they lived the rest of their lives. And then over here, I'm not really sure what all I've got. It's just a few, I think it's draft. Yeah, World War One and two draft cards. I was going to put more in here, I believe. Now, there was something weird that happened with the draft cards. I think they got mixed up, and I can't remember. I think it was these earlier ones. Or was it the later ones? Shoot, I can't remember which one it was. Either World War One or two. The back sides of them, when they copied them on Ancestry, and I forget, there's a few other sites I think they're copied onto, they got mixed up. So what you saw on the back wasn't exactly what was supposed to be with the same person on the front. But you did get a lot of information on the back. You got, like, he was tall, he was slender, he had blue eyes, and he had black hair. And then it was like the registrar's name, and then the place that this was taken and the date. But on the front here, you can see they put the full name, Moses D. Markham. His address was Stone Cold. He was 35. His birth was January 10th, 1883. And when you couldn't find a birth date for your person, you can almost find it on these draft cards. I don't know if they were exactly right. Sometimes they weren't. You find several different dates. But he was a farmer on Stone Cold, and his nearest relative was Ida, his wife. and then he signed it down here. And then over here, you can see where he's just D. Markham on it. This was his World War II. And he lived at Kermit RFD 1. So this must have been when he moved over to Stone Cold. I mean, not Stone Cold, Marrowbone. Because Marrowbone was Mingo, and this was Wayne. And I'm sure that's where this was from. But his birth date is the same, 1883. It actually asked him if he had a telephone in this case in 1942, and that was left blank, so I guess he didn't have any. Ida Markham, he's unemployed. So at this point, he's 59, that's why. So he must have been sort of retired then. He may have done like something now and then, but he probably was mostly retired. Oh, goodness. I'm sure he was all over those hills. Now, these are a few papers that I got from Wayne. And I'm trying to figure out if these can be worked in, if I need them. But these 4 are the ones that I think may go with color here. They're not too dark, or they have the right reds and pinks and yellows to them. And he also sent me some stuff that he printed out, which was, I think they fit the bill for antique. There's a Southern Railway train car and dining car. And then he has a few of these things, which I figure I can just rip around where he was embossing. And like that one especially could go for the sewing. That would be perfect. So I'm going to set these to the side and see if I need them. Now over here, I don't know if you can quite see them off to the left, or what's left of my last page of the Stamperia, where it's just digitals. I mean, not, what am I saying? It's the fussy cuts. So I just got done fussy cutting out the rest of those. The other ones I've got already stuck on some pages where I want to glue them on. Now this little guy, I made him a while back. I've got him sort of bent right here. But he was supposed to be like a page that would go into a photograph book, or, photograph journal, something like that. Now this was supposed to be almost like it's a reel, like a Viewmaster. I think that's what I was going for there. It's not quite on the money, but then again, it's going to be stuck down into the spine of a book. And then the bottom part down here was like a film strip or a reel of film or something like that. So, negative, So I've got that. It's going to go wherever the camera stuff is going to go. Now, I think Wayne sent me this, which I think is really cool. It's really, really old paper. So I don't know, that might go in where the typing stuff goes. And then I've got this, which is a piece of Tim Holtz paper, which I may have gotten from Tommy. But it has something to do with the writing. So that may be where I put that guy with the hand in the ink. Now this is just some of the regular papers that will be separated. And then I've got one doily. I only picked one doily to go in there. And these are the ones you saw me do the other day. Now I did fussy cut these 2 out and glue them on here in that area. And I showed you that little collage. And then this over here is just as is. That was the quilt, the hanging quilt page. Now here's where I've put a couple of these. I put one of those Tiffany lamps and a teacup right here. And then on the inside here, I had actually took, now this one's interesting. I'm going to make a pocket with both of these. Like, this is going to be a pocket this way. It's just it was from that old Sergeant's book that I had. And it was a row of scissors. And that was the only way I could figure out to do them. They were like that on the page. Then I took a stencil and I stenciled the back and inked the edges and made it into a pocket. I just used a scrap from... Now this was at Aunt Sarah's menu that I had. But it did have some things about fashion. So I thought that would go here. And this will be put in the sewing area. And Then I have the word Brocante that I cut out to put here. And if you look at the background, do you see it glowing, glittering? Now that page, that rose gold foil that I was trying to work on my jelly plate, it didn't quite turn out. So I didn't want to really waste that. So I got on here with my glue stick and I kind of just rubbed on there in places. And I did it the edge or I did the flat. And then I put that down and I held it and I mashed it. And then I took a little stiff brush like this. And I just kind of, this is like a stippling brush, I think they call it. Stencil brush. And I just kind of went over it like that and got that excess off. You can actually see some on the edge there. It always catches just a little bit. So I wanted to kind of, dress it up a little bit. It doesn't have to be where you actually see it. This was wallpaper that I got, like wrapping paper. Actually, that's what it was. I got that at Joann's a long time ago. It was on sale. So then we have this one, which I went through, and I had this scrap piece of paper that had the silverware on it. So I'll put that in here. And here's where I went through and did some of the stenciling. Now here was the 3 stencils that I used. This one is like a cathedral window look. And that's one of my favorites. I love it. These I must have got at Michael's a long time ago. I got like 4 different kinds, I believe it was. Or maybe 6. This one is sort of like the old Baroque style. And you'll see that on a couple of my other pages over here. And then this is sort of like a trellis. So I'm going to keep these out because I'm probably going to use some more of those. Now this little guy, this is a side pocket. And I have these that I think I showed you earlier. And I've picked out, some of them are like solid pieces of paper. And some of them are vellum. So I've got a couple of these picked out already that's in here. But I'll probably use more. And so then I have this. And I finished this one out a little bit. I put the rest of that Aunt Sarah's menu on the back here. And I glued it down to where there's a pocket here. And there's a pocket there. I just kind of put a stream of glue right there in the middle. And then inside here, I took just a regular scrapbook page that's real thin. And it had like the postage kind of theme to it. And I just stuck that in here. That can still be written on. I can put like a belly band or a pocket or something else in here. So it's usable. But you also are able to write on this as well. Now this, I've got to figure out where to put. I'm going to put that with the photograph area. And then these are a couple of, what do you call those? The wallpaper? The back drops? I think there's something with Tim Holtz. But they were out of one of the Halloween or one of the I've got 2 of them. So this one had to do with tents, but it had 1898, so I thought that could be considered an antique. And it has a nice back like that. And then this one is an old car. And they're driving around, I don't know where, Pikes Peak. And in 1950. Would that be considered an antique as well? And then here's my 4 pieces of the vellum. I've got them already folded up. I folded these 2 in half, which were from that Sargent's book. So they're all ready to go. And then here's my... Now this is what I'm going to actually start with. Because these 4 are actually 8. So they're my 8 pages that I'm going to work with. And then I'm going to blend whatever else I've got here around that. So let's see what I had in here. Now this one has to do with teacups. Do I have teacups on one of these? I think. Did I end up keeping this with the teacups? Oh yeah. Okay. So I can actually put this in between here somewhere with the teacups. I'm just trying to see which colors I think might go where, but I can always put more in here. Now I like this to where you could see that whole spread in the middle. So I may end up just putting this in here as well. Now this one has the plates, and I'm not putting two together, am I? No, that one's here. All right, I think I'm good. I'm just trying not to put likey together. So I put two in that one. And let's see what I've got here. Now this one's like women's fashion and watches. So the watches is here. Let's go ahead. Oh, I got the photography in here as well. So this one could go here. And as you can see, I put one of those or Aunt Sarah's pieces in here because it had something about Hubbard Brothers, importers of watches, New York, and it's for timekeepers. So that's why that got put in this one. I don't know that I've got anything else for the photography as yet, except for that one piece. Where was it? I think it's all the way down the bottom, isn't it? Yeah, it is. This piece. So this is somehow going to go in here. And see, it's just about the right size. I did need one more piece in there, I think. Now that's the sewing. And this is the writing and stuff. So let's just consider that with two already. All right, so we got this one, which is the sewing, and I have the corset page, which can go here. And then we have, what else? That's just the building. So now the teddy bear is this one. I need another one for that. So maybe I should, oh, this one right here. Okay. Will this color go with this color? Not too bad. What do you think? What else is over here? Because it could be that I switch these. So I'm going to put that one there. And then this one. And then this could go in the middle. And I'm going to leave these apart. Yeah, I think that kind of works just as good. But I'm going to leave these apart because of adding or stenciling or something. Just to make sure I have everything where I want it to be. Now this is the one with the writing. So this has got the bears and the lamps, the Tiffany lamps and stuff. So I think that's what I thought would go, you know, with the writing. Because you might sit there at your desk and write a letter. And yeah, kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Now I do need one more page in here. I do have this one down here. Oh, this has got a light on it. That might work. It's real pretty too. Okay. Let's see how that will work. Oh, I think it will go pretty good in here in the middle. Yeah, that pink goes with that really well. Now this, yeah. I think I might actually fold this the other way. I'm still going to wait and debate on that. Now, let me take my 4 pieces of the vellum. We'll take those next and see how we like those. And it's kind of, well, I do have 2 more pieces over here. Shoot. Or actually 3. I forgot about these. Now, I did these the other day with stencils. So you can see those are that Baroque kind of style. And I had to go through each one of these because this is a thin piece of paper. But this one has a furniture look to it. So let's see which one that might go with better. Would it go with this? Because of it being, you know, you'd sit down to a desk or something. Let's see. I kind of like that together. What's these other ones got on it? That one's got like a Oh, this one had typing. I was trying to work in some typing on one of these as well. So I don't know that I might actually like the typing one here better. Yeah. I'll come back to that one and see if I want I want to use it. Let me put this in here. Now I chose this front page for this to go on because it had, well, it's upside down. I got these upside down. Whoops. Okay. Let me move it so I don't glue it inadvertently the wrong way. Okay. There we go. Now, so yeah, your typing, I guess we'll work in here somewhere with all this redness going on. Oop, yep, that works for me. Okay, sorry. I sit here and twiddled with this for a while to get it to be just right. So I've got this pretty flower with this bear scene because they're really pale. I decided to put these two together because they've got the same brightness and colors. Then this one has like the muted with the sepia kind of tones. And then this greeny gold is sort of picked up with this background over here. Plus this is typing and this is handwriting. So it sort of balances each other out. Then I have this with this page, and I think those two colors go really well together. And then we have this one, which I wanted to keep this the center for a complete fold out spread. And because it's got the lighting and all that other stuff with it. Now, if I don't have the lights in the same section, that's okay. They can be mixed throughout the whole journal. Now, that one I've got done. And then I decided I needed to put the furniture one in here somewhere else. And, like, that could go with this, I'm thinking. Or it could go with the Clockmaker one. Let's see if there's any prettier colors in here. Now, this one doesn't have very many colors, but I think this advertisement one could go in here somewhere. So, let's see. So, is this color... Oh, it's got like the same kind of a symbol, but it's... The colors aren't quite right. Okay, this is one of those. Like I said, I might choose to fold the other way. So that's what we're going to do with this one, because I think the colors match better in this aspect. Yep, there we go. And then I have another one here. Like I said, with the furniture, this one feels like it's got a lot in it already. Let's check this one. So as you can see, I just kind of go through, figure out what colors I've got on one side and what colors I've got on the other, and see which works better. Now the pink, this might go better here because of this pink. That doesn't go together very well. But I've still got other stuff in here. If some of these pages I don't think goes matchy-matchy enough with each other, and then see, I think that's a little on the busy side. But I want to keep this set together back here. So for now, we're just going to put that there. We'll see. Oop, nope, I like it much better there. Okay, now for the vellum. And this one has to do with writing. So which one was that? I think it's this one. It has the writing in it. I'm trying to keep my themes together. And in some cases, I may not be able to, but in other cases, maybe I can. And then we have, oops, those two I think go really well together. And then I got that in the middle. So let's see. I'm thinking, since you can see through this, that, yeah, it's kind of on the muted side. Oh yeah, that kind of mutes it to where it looks perfect with that. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Now we have the kind of tile work, which I don't know. What else do I have here? I have the, that, which I thought would go with the typing one. So that's the one I've got in here. I think that'll be fine. What else did I have? I have something with more pages, but it's got like a black theme to it. All right. And this does have a lot of black to it, so I think that will go really well in here. Like that. Each one will get a page. So let's see where this one might need one. And, you know, that's another thing where I think I could mute this with this page. That pink is a little too pink. Ooh, perfect now, isn't it? Okay, now I have to add my little, and that almost looks like a quilt. So this is perfect for the sewing one. I just got to figure out where to put it. I've been putting most of them on that first page. And, you know, oh, is that in my center? Huh. Oh, I put that in the center because that really didn't have that much to it. Yeah. Unless I want to fold it. Let's see. We might be folding this one this way. So you get the whole building. That's one of the reasons I didn't want to really cut this up, because I didn't really know how to arrange it. A lot of the pieces were just so large. Okay, that looks good with that. That looks good with that. Okay. And then maybe this one would go good right here. Let's see if I can open it. Well, I don't know. I don't think those two go together. I think I'm going to stick it on the first like I did all the others. The first part. All right. Now those things are placed in here correctly. And I have to work on what else I have here. Now here's this. Oh, I got another piece under here. Or two. Whoops. We have this, which is a brown piece. And it's got like postcards or something in it. I don't know which one of these it would go best with. And then I have silverware in this one, so I know where that's at, right? Where is that? This is this one. So the silverware one will go in this one. And it's got like a green. Okay. I think that went together good. Let me open it up so I can see what I'm working with here. Okay. Make it stay open. So, oh, I have the silverware there as well. I'm thinking. That greeny color. Tell you what, or boldness, baby. The other way. Alright, I think that will go here better. Yeah, I think that goes there really good. Alright. And then this one has in it the sewing. So this one. Let's see. That's really curled because I glued down with a glue stick that whole page. See, those greens go really good together. Alright. I think that might be where I put it, right there. Yep. Because I like this green with that quilt. Like that. Oh, yeah. Because I think that goes together better. Yep, that works for me. Ooh, these things are filling up fast. And then I have this brown one. Now, it has the telephone. Should that go here with watches? And timepieces and photography? It might be, because this one, what does it have? Oh, well, no, this has, which one feels fuller? Well, yeah, I think it's going to be this one, because this feels like it's got more in it. So those, I think, go together good. Those, I think. And then I got this one. It's not quite there. I think these might go, because these are actually letters or music. And yeah, I think those colors might go together better. Like that. And then this is going to go in here somewhere. I don't know where yet. And then maybe this, because this is photography as well. So let's fold this little guy up. And he's going to go in here. Because maybe I can stick that right here. Actually, it needs to go the other way. I want to be able to see the people. Yeah, like that. That'll work. And then, good about having something. This is hand irons. This has to do with letters. Where was it I had something to do? Well, I had this to do with letters in here, didn't I? So let's just put that here. Just something different. Okay. And this one needs something now. Let's see if I can do the camping. That's kind of like toys and such. And I've got the typing. I don't know. I don't see anything that really goes with it in there. That's the only problem. Now, the sad irons definitely is going to go with this one. So let's see what we got here. It might be I just put them there at the beginning. Like that. Or like this. And I've got a hammers on the other side. That doesn't really go, but oh well. Now the tent. That's the only one I don't really have. And I don't think that would go with this one. Because this is... awnings and tents. Okay, it took me a minute to figure out where I wanted to put this. I am putting it in here with teacups because I have that one page that has to do with furniture. And as you can see, the word furniture is very well endowed here. So that's where I'm going to put it. It's actually going to be behind this vellum page, so that may help out in kind of toning it down. Yes, so that works. All right. Now what's left? I did want to put the doily page. And boy, it almost is the whole thing there too. On this one. So, oh, let's put this in here like this. Give it a little fold. I think the blues will work out really well here. I just got to figure out which page I want it on. Kind of put it on that page. Or that one. Actually, that one. I think I'm putting it on this page because over here there's a couple of little doilies. And I think that's what... And then this reminds me of a really large plate. Oh yeah, that blue does go well with that. And it tones down this other one really well. And see, the other side has this. It's got the blues on it. Yeah, I think that's a really nice spot for that. Okay, the next step is putting in, and I'm going to just fold these in half. Whichever way I think they'll go. And then we'll skip along and see where we might want to put each one of these. Now this is the one that is handmade. So I'll find me a place for that. And I have a green. So as you can see, you just keep going. You pick out all the pages that you might want to use. I've got my own dyed pages that I picked out just so they'd have a different size, you know. And then you're going to go and pick out any stamps that you might have, any ephemera. I picked out vellum to go in here. So you have quite an assortment. So it's not the samey. I mean, some people like that. They like it to be uniform. They like it to have all the same shapes and sizes. But, you know, I think I get more interested when I see a variety of stuff. I really do. Now, I also have these two pieces. I need to go over there and score this, and I'll be back. Okay, so let's get started on putting my regular dyed pages in here. And that's kind of going to be the end of what I need for this this section of it. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to take one of these that sort of goes with the color, and it's going to give me several different layers here, as you see, in different sizes. I think that's nice. Then we'll go down here to the next one, and we're going to pick out maybe a green, because there's quite a few really pretty greens in here. Like maybe this page. This nice green would go. Green is one of my favorite colors. I mean, it's a cool color, so I always love a cool color. Okay, this one has what in it? Does that have the typing? Okay, now this piece has like handwriting and such on it, like penmanship. So that one's actually going to go right here. Now, as you can see how I did it right along that one seam. So I'd get the majority of the image over here. And I think that works really good right there. I do want to put another piece in here. There's a lot of blue, so I think that might go really good here. And that's going to add a lot to this section. Okay. And see, that's handmade paper, so it goes along with being like vintage and ancient and stuff like that. So we are going to get in here, and I really like that old piece of paper up there. I think we could put one of these in here. Kind of stained looking guy. Does that look good? Yeah, it's got kind of brown pieces on it. That works for me. And here is this. And I'm wondering about maybe putting this one back in here. Yeah, that looks good. And that gives that something to rest on. Yeah. Okay. Did I already have this one with something in it? Yeah, I put that blue in there, didn't I? Okay, I've got 3 more pieces, so we're just going to kind of look and see what shouts out at us. And I already have something there. That's sort of, is that the same color? No, not quite. I really like those two together, though. And then that's the middle. So I don't think I'm going to use that one unless I do something at the beginning. I kind of like that. That might go together. Oh, I already had one right there, didn't I? Rats. Let's see what else. See what else I can do here that's different. I'll tell you what, this one's feeling kind of looser than the other, so let's just do that. Let's just put this right here. So we'll do that. Yeah. He needed another piece in him. And let's see if these... I picked this color out because of these roses. So maybe I'm going to put it here at the beginning. It might just be where it needs to go. Yep. Right here is a good spot. Yep, it's kind of got that color right there. Now, the handwritten papery one here, I think it could almost go anywhere. So it might go at the beginning of this one. Yeah, I think it's going to go right up here. Now, the other papers that I pulled out that Wayne had given me, I may not be putting those in here because this may be all I can really... Yeah, it's getting there. See how big it's getting? So, and I still have pockets to put in here and other ephemera kind of things. So I don't want to fill it up too much. So I think that's going to be the end of this video. I'm going to do a quick flip through so you can see what I did so far. I don't know if those two actually go together that well, but I may change a few things around. And I've got that there. And then we have this together. And tell you the truth, that's where we're going to put this. Like that. Because that goes with that really well. Okay, so there's that. We got that silverware. Got silverware and silverware, so I ain't too sure about that. We might have to change that too. But that's all the fun that you get into doing this. You get to see what works for you. And that, like I said, goes with that color up there. And then we have greens in here. We have the stat irons and we have hammers. So I don't know. I may be putting something over that. I'm not so sure about the hammer look going there. And there's our scene in the middle. And then we have this. It's like I started with the Stamperia page and then I ended with it in the center. So I think that... Oh. Almost looks like that's a fold right there. It feels like it. Oh well. And then these are pockets and things I'm going to be figuring out. And now that I've got it together, that's basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be seeing what I can put on each page. And then we'll get back together and we'll be working on that. So this brown is just a little I may put another strip of something here. Now I have a little bit that's on the whiter side though, but I may find some more washi that I can actually put on there to kind of tone that down a bit. So it's just not so much brown. And then we have the photograph stuff. Okay, I think that's all we're going to work on today. I hope you got a good idea on how I approach putting stuff together and what all I pull to put in it and that kind of thing. So I hope everybody had a great day. And I thank you so much for coming by, all my subscribers and viewers. And I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.